Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Trade Ideas Pre-Market Show for Wednesday, November the 6th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Thank you, William. We got a yes and a yes, so you can hear me, see my screen, and Torty also in our YouTube room. All right, guys. Well, obviously, very interesting morning. The SPY has gapped up to all-time highs. So let's just go over some of the winners and losers. Obviously, GJT, big winner. Well, some of the social media stocks, DJT, DATS, Geo, a couple of the prison stocks, Geo, they have earnings tomorrow, I believe. Geo and CXW, they have earnings, I think, or after hours today. And I think Geo is tomorrow. Tesla, of course, and Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin, William, you might correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Bitcoin's an all-time high now. Well, at this point, it was an all-time high, I guess. I'm just looking at IBIT. I think Bitcoin's an all-time high in that area anyway. Let's take a look at one huge loser, TAN, solar. Solar is just taking a hit right now. Look at solar down 11. Like this is an ETF for solar. So probably most of the solar stocks that you can think of are down. And again, TAN is down 11%. Let's take a look at First Solar as an example to see if it's worse. Yeah, I mean, First Solar is down 13%. And the gold and silver stocks are taking it on the channel. So just look at gold, GLD. GLD is down 3%. PAS was coming, this is not the silver ETF, but silver play, PAAS down 8%. So, and dividend stocks, XLU, utilities, they're down because when we look at the sectors, everything should be up, of course. I figured that XLU would probably be down. Now let's look at other things though. SONN up on, let's see, it issues announces issuance of a U.S. patent for whatever they do. The drug can't. It's a bio. Okay, so SONN microfloat, as William likes to call them, microfloats. And the next high on the weekly chart, it still has a little bit of room, 13.6, hanging tough. Let's see now. TMQ. So I looked at, this is not one of, well, it's a major sector, I guess. Don't have it on my sector status list, but mining, metals and well, actually, maybe I do. Anyway, metals and mining ETF. This is up. But why I'm mentioning this one is that for some reason, this little Canadian stock, TMQ, where are you, TMQ? There you are, up 38%. I think it's still under a dollar. Yeah, it's still under a dollar. I don't see any specific news on it. I don't know if it's just because it's part of the sector, but I don't see any news on this one, TMQ. And it's still under a dollar, lots of volume, pretty low float. William, yeah, right. Who knows? PAX. Now you mentioned PAX, PACS. This is down. It is, I guess, because they're also going to, yes, delay they're supposed to announce tomorrow, November 7th, after the market closes, but they're delaying their third quarter report. Addresses, wow, how powerful these guys now. Addresses the Hindenburg report. And, I don't know if you hung around for this one, William, but so SMCI released earnings yesterday and still got slammed down. Remember yesterday it was kind of, if you look at the 15-minute chart, you can see that yesterday it had a bit of a rally, and then they released earnings and curves flat. So that's SMCI. Is this an all-time low yet? Not quite an all-time low, but continuing down. Yes, I saw that in Florida reject a cannabis petition of some sort. So obviously, pretty big state. So I think cannabis rejected some petition to legalize cannabis. If I got that correct, yeah, here we go. Cannabis stocks fall if the legislation vote fails in Florida. So somebody asked me yesterday about CGC, because they're having earnings in a couple of days, and regardless of what they would be, I mean, it's all about what the sector is doing, and so here you go. Now, this is sort of a bit of a blast from the past here, guys. Where are you? DXYZ, DXYZ. I don't see any reason for this to be up. Yeah, well, DXYZ. I mean, remember these weeks here when it got up to over 105. Let's see what the float is for DXYZ. I'm sure it's very low, and I just don't see any news on this one. I think when this was happening, I don't think there was really any news either. Now, if wants to go on that weekly chart, let's take a look at the weekly chart. So it's at 1388 right now. So it looks like the next high is 1415 or so. If it takes that out, then the next highs are around 16. So anyway, we'll see what happens. So AC, good morning and welcome to the room. Well, the main thing for us, well, for me anyway, the main thing I look at is the relative volume. That's a powerful filter that we've got. Um, doesn't work in the pre-market, but once the market opens, you're going to see what I'm talking about. So I look at the relative volume. That's my number one filter probably to use to find stocks that are trading abnormally, and it's time of day sensitive. Okay, once this market opens, you'll see what I'm talking about. The relative volume filter does not work in the pre-market. And option activity, I do have a scan that looks at that. Just looking at abnormal option activity in conjunction with the relative volume. So it sounds like you're a intraday trader like myself, and that's it's the number one goal, isn't it? Just to find stocks that are trading abnormally. Obviously, these stocks right here are trading abnormally. We know once this market opens that with an SONN with 580,000 in the float or approximately already trading 4.6 million. We know that's already abnormal. Now, doesn't mean if you just pile into the trade right now. I have to wait to see what happens once the market opens, but this is how I'm identifying right now, the pre-market actives up and the pre-market actives down. And I'm sharing all these scanners. You'll see usually about 10 o'clock Eastern time is when I go over the scans that I'm currently sharing. I forgot to mention CVS, guys. So CVS is an earnings play. This is an earnings play. So this stock, of course, has been beaten up badly over the last several weeks. It's up at $67 and got down to 54. And look at this on earnings. Look at this on earnings, guys. So it's wiped out all this on the daily chart. There's a 200-day moving average above it. So $3 or so above it. So it still does have some room to move. And again, CVS is an earnings play. And that's a big move, with 1.27 billion in the float to move 10%, that is a big move. And let's see anything else. There's the fun PHUN. It's moved, but I would have thought I might have moved a little bit more. It's actually fallen down quite a bit. It's not fallen down from the high 832, and it got right back down to 723. So not out of the woods yet on this one. I mean, again, this is sort of a sympathy play with DJT, but I don't know if that's going to be true anymore, really. Let's see this MSTX. MSTX. Yeah, that's what I thought. This is so a Bitcoin play. It's an ETF designed for MSTR. Another Bitcoin play. CONL ETF designed for Coinbase. All right. Well, haven't taken a look at the sector status layout for a while, but today I will. And everything, even XLE is going to be up. So let's take a look at the sector status. All right. So what you're seeing here, look at this is regional banking, guys. KRE just soaring here. KRE soaring. Anyway, what you're seeing here, these are the major sectors, and yeah, utilities. That's what I thought. But let's take a look at these major sectors. So there's XLE, the major ETF for energy. 100%. What does that mean? 100% of the stocks that make up XLE are above yesterday's close. And virtually every sector is like that, except for utilities. Now, look at CEG. This is more like the nuclear play. So this is definitely going counter to the sector. Look at this. So the nuclear play still, though I didn't see that SMR. I'll take a look at SMR and NNE a little more detail after. But this is definitely going counter to the sector. Okay, CEG because it's one of those nuclear plays. And why are utilities down? Well, again, my feeling or theory on it is that utilities, usually dividend-bearing stocks, are kind of boring when the market's soaring like this. People don't not be as impressed by getting into utility plays, which can be kind of boring. Yes, they do have dividends, but when the market's soaring like this, usually they go to other sectors. So anyway, everything is up. Staples, though, Staples actually, interestingly, Staples is not up as much as all the other sectors. So, but what I want to do now is take a look at the sectors and see where they are in relation to their 200-day moving average. So XLE. So yesterday it closed right on the 200-day moving average. Okay, now you can see it's above it. That green line on my chart, that is the 200-day moving average. Retail was another one that was in jeopardy, but I'm thinking obviously it's going to be above it. So yeah, so in fact it's way above it now. There's that retail or that 200-day moving average, the green line on my daily chart, way above it now. XL, let's take a look at XLV. Healthcare, again, that was the other one that was down below the 200. It actually closed above it yesterday, but was last few days it's been right on that 200-day moving average. It has popped above it. And I'll look at communications and technology, but I mean, they're going to be way above it. So there's that 200-day moving average for XLC, XLK was the technology ETF, so moving away. Financials, XLF, I'm sure the banks are doing well. Yeah, way above it now. Can't see it anymore. So here's consumer staples. So yeah, I mean it's barely up, guys. I'm not saying that. So this is we call this a weak sector relative to the other sectors. Industrials, I'm sure industrials must be doing something. Yeah, they're industrials way up. There's that 200-day moving average. Materials, XLB. The materials are starting to drop down towards that 200-day, but again, like most sectors, up. And let's see how discretionary is doing, XLY. Yeah, moving away. So everything right now, as we speak, everything is above the 200-day moving average. Actually, William, technically, I do think it triggered on Monday. I think it was a penny or two above the trigger. Technically, it did trigger, I believe. So let's take a look at the other nuclear stocks, okay, with SMR or CEG doing so well. Okay, so there's SMR up 6%. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. Okay, NNE, so they're starting to recover a little bit. How's the LTBR doing? Okay, so they are all coming back, but look at the but CEG though. Again, this is going completely counter to the trend in its sector. So let's take a look at JLW. I can tell you, just look at the high in the day on the daily chart. So what are we now? So this is Tuesday, Monday. The Monday high was 48.46. What wasn't the trigger above 48.40? I don't have the email handy. I think the trigger was 48.40. So I mean, I think it was barely above that on Monday. There you go. So yeah, so it did trigger. So it's valid because I don't think it didn't get stopped out. I don't know what the stop was, but it didn't get stopped out. So it's still an alive 20 EMA. So I don't know. Okay, well here's the low. It was 46.63. Was that anywhere close to the 20 EMA? I don't have that on my chart. Yeah, there's a stone, SONN. So it took up a pre-market high. I mean, this could be today's Zcar. Well, it's already now the difference between Zcar and this one. I don't think Zcar had any. Well, I had a little some crazy news, but this actually has some news. I mean, does it warrant this pop? Obviously not, but it doesn't matter. At least it had some news. Well, coach, as always, I hope you had a stop. So what? So what were you doing? Were you shorting it? I'm not sure what you're doing with WFC. Oh, okay. Well, again, I'll just say, what's your stop? Has it hit your stop yet? This is an earnings. No, it's not an earnings play. Wells Fargo. So, but you're going against the sector. XLF. Actually, well, there's XLF right here. On the 5-minute chart, I can see XLF though is still strong. But did you, coach, though? Did you have a stop? It shouldn't be crushed. Okay, you should have a manageable stop, of course. Just give me a moment, please. So I'm not trying to dump on you, coach. It was a you didn't place a stop, it was a okay, then I don't know. You can't have stops? So this was an option play for you? Well, I don't trade options, but I'm sure even with options, you have a stop, right? And you don't have to let it, expire, but anyway, I'm sorry. Sorry for your for your loss on this one then. Alright, what time is it now? It is 9:21, so true enough, you cannot trade options in the pre-market, you're right. True enough. And again, the reason for that is so, yeah, MBLY is on the move here, guys. Mobileye is on the move. Now, look at Mobileye. We're at 1610 right now. Last week's high was 1583. Sorry, so it's above that. That high right there is 1620. So you've got room here on Mobileye. The next high on the weekly chart is way up here at 21. And this is an Israeli stock. Okay. So this has got some, it's not an earnings play. Lyft and Mobileye forge an appliance, an alliance to scale autonomous mobility. Okay. So that's the reason, I guess, for the lift in Mobileye, MBLY. So definitely keep an eye on this one because it's at a very critical level. If it can hold and then start to move, it's got a lot of room. I mean, that next high on the weekly chart is 21.29. So you're almost saying $5 away from that. Not saying it's going to get there. And on the downside here, Coupang. This is an earnings play. CPNG is an earnings play. Coupang. This is an earnings play. So let's look left on this one. The next low looking left is around 24. If we could take out 24, yeah, I don't think it's got as much room. And I mean, the gap has already taken care of a lot of the potential gains on a short, in my opinion. And guys, gaps will be a thing of the past once we go to almost a 24-hour market. We won't be waking up to big gaps. All right, guys, I want to get the layout that I'm using once this market gets rolling. So just give me a moment as I save this layout. Not really perfect, but luckily I'm in the on the West Coast, so as you are. Okay, guys, so now close all and bring out the layout that I'm going to use once this market gets rolling in about 5 minutes. Okay, let me just arrange this and this. Okay, so I'm good to go. Now, typically, I do not trade in the first 15 minutes. I do try to let things settle down a little bit. Out of curiosity, I want to see if there are any shorts available for DJT right now. None at Interactive Brokers. Not that I want to short it, but it's always interesting. Yesterday, there were a lot of shorts available. Now, YouTubers, I've been kind of threatening, I'm not going to be streaming anymore, YouTube. So we'll have to see what happens. What I might do, okay, is maybe show up for the first half hour just to let people know how to, like every day, just to let people know how to get to the main room and then shut it down. I haven't made up my mind completely. At the 12 to 1 slot will still be, there'll still be a trader from Trade Ideas at the 12 to 1 spot or slot. Well, that line on my 5 minute chart, that reddish line, yeah, red line on my 5 minute chart, that is the VWAP, guys, 4572. Yeah, around the VWAP area, okay? Okay, so time is it now? 9:28. So a couple of minutes, less than 2 minutes for this market to open. Okay, DAX is still, yeah, it's dropped. It's dropped quite a bit. I mean, 450 down to 350. That's a big drop percentage wise. So, and again, these are Bitcoin plays, the MSTX and the CONL Bitcoin plays. Didn't talk about AREB, AREB, American Rebel. This is not an earnings play, but I guess they sell guns or something. I don't know. Actually, I'm not sure what they do. Oh, safes. Okay, security products. Okay, safes. Yes, Paula, you can. A link to the trading room. Yes, you have to save it. Okay, save my homepage link. It's there because you have to come in every day, do the same thing. I do. I have to do the same thing. Okay, there's not like one click. It's a couple of clicks to get in. All right, guys, we're now open. So if you click, Paula, if you click on my homepage link at the top, you should see something that says trading room. Okay, and that's how to get in. I've seen the airlines are having a bit of a pop here, guys. So let's take a look at Jets, JETS. That's the airline ETF. Not sure exactly why they would be. I don't know what's happening with oil prices. All right. Well, we've got sort of an initial fade in DJT. Let's see what happens. There's the high today. Put a price alert at that high. Here's a prison stock, the prison stock CXW. Yeah, so I'm hearing my machine, guys. I may even, you know what? I might even dump YouTube in about half an hour. Okay, 10 o'clock. So anybody in YouTube, you got to come over to the main room, okay? Just to prepare you, come over to the main room. You can click on my homepage link. And when you click on my homepage link, at the top here, you'll see trading room. Now, you won't see it if maybe if it's shrunk a little bit. Okay, shrunk like that. Okay, you just have to elongate, stretch out the room or stretch out the window. And there it is, trading room. Okay. CVS, guys. So CVS is still very strong here. CVS is very strong. Play is strong. Play is making a move here. It's not an earnings play, but it is making a move. But this is all early. And again, I typically don't trade in the first 15 minutes. So we saw how well KRE was doing. So I don't know, again, I don't know if this is what you would call a regional bank in your country. Cadence Bank. It doesn't look like a big one or like one of the big ones, but is this more like a regional bank? Because we saw that KRE was doing extremely well in the pre-market. You know, it's up 9%. This is the ETF for regional banking, one of them anyway. What was the pre-market high for Tesla? Looks like, yeah, it's close to it. It looks like $290. So it's close to that pre-market high. Other bank guys. So again, I don't know if this is a regional bank. My guess is that it is SYF, or I don't know. I guess I shouldn't call them banks exactly, but financials. Now, I haven't seen AI for a while. Here's AI, the symbol, the company AI. I haven't seen this one for quite a while. So it hasn't been making it through on my scans at all. but today it is. So the market is, I mean, it's still way up, but starting to, give it up a little bit here. Is this Sentinel? Sentinel S, guys, is popping up here. Not an earnings play. Next high is over here, 2740. How is y'all doing? Is it really an ETF? Oh, God bless America. Dang it. Who knew that? Well, it doesn't trade. DraftKings, DKNG is an earnings play. It is an earnings play, guys. DKNG is an earnings play. Coming, reasonably close to that 200-day moving average, but a dollar away. Shut up. Sorry. You hear why I'm going to stop YouTube, guys. Okay, guys. No, I just got it back on. ATAI, guys, I'm not sure why this is up. Not sure why this is up based on that little news I'm seeing. But this is out of Germany, so maybe it has got nothing to do with that. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I told it to shut up, and I'm at the end of my tether, as they say. So probably going to shut. So YouTubers, anybody in YouTube right now, I'm going to put my homepage link and just you're gonna because I'm probably going to shut YouTube down at say at 10 o'clock, 20 minutes from now. Okay, so come over to the main room. Had enough of this. Somebody, one of the other traders will be in our YouTube room between 12 and 1. So that will still be in effect, but just come into the main room. There's a lot more action here, okay? All lot more action. And we don't have a lot of audience in YouTube anyway, so I'm not too concerned. So another financial guys, Lazard, LAZ. This is well, I mean, you're going to see a lot of stocks that are looking like this. Well, it's up. Okay, CONL POW is because of Bitcoin. Okay, so that is a Bitcoin. So I mean, it's coin, right? I mean, it's an ETF that you can use to trade coin instead of trading coin. You can trade CONL, and it's because Bitcoin's up. Okay, I mean, look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's at basically an all-time high right now. Okay, so any Bitcoin related stock is going to be up, and if it isn't, there's something wrong with it. Okay, guys, here's the OKLO. So the other one I forgot to actually put up there, OKLO, another nuke play. 2190 is the high looking left. That was yesterday's high. That red line you see there, that is the area of the VWAP. Okay, so it's trying to get through the VWAP right now, OKLO. Prison stock, GEO on the move here, along with now it has earnings tomorrow before the market opens. It's taking out the pre-market high now. And the other one that has earnings, I think, after hours today is CXW. The other prison, I call them prison stocks. CXW has earnings after hours today. So they're both up. Now, look at Palantir, guys. Boy, over 50 in a big way. This is, of course, a big earnings play from yesterday. Was really nice. Closed near the high, and it's continuation. And of course, yesterday was an all-time high. So, of course, today it is an all-time high. All right, DJT resumed. What is it going to do? So what happened? It got halted at 39.82, so it is still below the halt price. Now you can see, look at my don't repeat. I don't repeat, absolutely full. Normally, I think yesterday we had about 10, but on a day like today where I have so many gaps, we have so many, which I don't like. I mean, it's take a look at some of them right now. MGNX, I think the ones to really take a look at are, of course, the banks. How's TAN doing right now? Is it TAN recover at all? TAN was way down. Solar ETF was way down. Now it has not recovered at all. It's at a year low. Speaking of, boy, and again, my gap continuation or reverse is just going crazy. It's almost like the momentum scan with so many stocks that are gapped up and gapped down. So look at this. I mean, look at gold trying to reverse. Gold is trying to reverse. How much? I don't know, but you can see there it is. Okay, YouTubers, I'm going to be shutting you guys down in about 2 minutes. Okay, so again, there's my homepage. Click on my homepage link, and when you click on my homepage link at the very top here where it says Trading Room, click on that, and you'll get into the main room. Okay, I'm shutting down YouTube. Got it. All right, guys. Now this TMQ is now over $1. TMQ over $1. It started out at 76 cents, maybe even earlier. Yeah, 62 cents this morning. So TMQ is in, well, rip mode right now, over a dollar, TMQ. And I don't see any specific news for it. I don't know if it's just because it's a mining stock and XME. We looked at XME this morning. Okay, YouTubers, I hope you got the message.